G'day everyone, welcome to World Human Powered Speed Challenge 2026 pre-episode number 1. I've got the Dark Star loaded in the back. We're going to go down to Adcock Velodrome and give it a test ride around the velodrome. This one is a lot better steering angle than the last one and it's way better, easier to handle. So theoretically I should be able to go around the velodrome, no worries. So you're going to go down there, test it for a couple of laps. It's set up exactly mechanically how it will be when I race it. So I know if anything's rubbing, I can sort that out before I start to disassemble it to put it into the bag to fly it to America. I had a bit of trouble with the camera system yesterday. I didn't test it since it broke last year in America. And it worked the first couple of times, but for some reason, it just started playing up and nothing would turn on and the pies wouldn't respond or output at HDMI. So no idea what's going on there. Got to fault find that. I've got 2 more pies on order just in case I've fried these ones. I've got plenty of spare cameras just in case I've fried the cameras as well. But they seem to be working. The cameras, you know, the lights blink and everything. But the pie's just doing weird stuff. So mechanically it's good. The vision system, not so great, but that's all right because I can test it separately from the bike. It's a complete independent unit, doesn't control the gears at all this year. So I can run it mechanically, test the cameras separately, and then when I get to America, I just put them together, reassemble the bike, and it theoretically should be good to go. So let's get down to Adcock and do a couple of laps and see how this thing rides. Alrighty, ready to go. I'll just turn my Garmin on and check for speed sense and everything works. There's 2 guys. One guy going quick and another guy going like pretty average pace. So just make sure that they know to be aware that I'm not fast and I'm going to be all over the road.
Alright, I got me set up. I forgot to tuck my shoelaces in, so I'm going to have to do that.
Andrew's coming down to have a look. Little problem, the front fairing, the wheel fairing is rubbing right at the very front. So just here, those 2 surfaces are rubbing. So I'm going to have to file both of them down and then test it again back home on my street. I know it rides good because I rode it on the street, but having those two surfaces rub, the steering's like trying to fight it, and you move it and it moves like, you know, this far instead of like this far. So it makes it hard to give accurate inputs and to get it to go straight. So it's near impossible to ride, but I reckon I could have got around. There's no need. I'll just test it up and down my street over and over and over. And yeah, David launches me in 2 steps, so yeah, I'll just fix it at home and then just do it in the street. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to make the clearance quite a bit because the body weight weighing on the bike pinches those 2 surfaces. But if I hit a bump, it's probably gonna make it worse. It's gonna pinch intermittently. And if it's a bump and I've got to steer, it's probably gonna, yeah, it's not going to be good. So I think I'm going to have to make that gap quite a bit bigger. Right, we're back home and I've taken all the paint off. Much bigger gap now. Paint added a little over 2 mil. Still rubbing just a little bit. That's no weight. That's all my weight. Yeah, right. Might have to move the fairing a bit. Hey, get out of here. Left the back door open. Get back in there. So the reason why it's rubbing is because the fork flexes forward, which is why I had the wire on it last year. Didn't think I would need it this year, and I probably don't because the flex is minimal. It's a lot chunkier headset, 70-75 aluminium. The whole frame's flexing. Like if you wanted to build it so it didn't flex, the thing would weigh like 50 kilos. So it's flexing, and that's why it's rubbing. So I'm just gonna drill a new hole, move the fairing down a couple of mil, and then hope that fixes it. That's where it currently lives, and that's where I'll move it to, and I'll drill a hole here. Look at the gap though. Not keen on that. I would prefer, I mean, the gap at the back's smaller now. Yeah, right. Yeah, I can just shave that down. Yeah, I'm not keen on a big gap at the front because, you know, aerodynamics and stuff. Like, in theory, it should flex back to normal. In theory. Much better. Feels absolutely amazing to ride. David launched me. I couldn't do it on my own. It's just so hard because like you're leaning forward and you're like trying to do that, and you need at least, I think the ratio was like 2.5 pedal strokes per 15 meters, and you need about that to get up to enough speed to be confident with balancing. So I'm happy with how it rides. I'm probably just going to leave it as it is, and then do some fine tuning in America if I need to. I will put the other idlers on here, because it's only wearing on that one side there. So I'm going to cut the bolts down a little bit so I can fit them in, and then I'll come back and I'll just do another test ride. One more test ride, and then I can pack it up, start packing it up, ripping it down, and then focus on just sanding for the week that I've got off leading up to when I fly out. Right, I've put the other bearings on the inside. Need to do one more launch and then I'll start packing it up. Rightio, all finished. That felt like an absolute dream to ride. Pretty stoked on it. I loosened up the headset, so the compression wasn't as much. Loosened it off, loosened the clamping bolts. Then I tightened them back up just to relieve any pressure off the headset. Then tighten the headset bolt down again, so it just nips it up. But it wouldn't have nipped it up against the bearings because I'd already nipped up the tightening bolts. So yeah, time to pack it up completely, rip it all the way down to the bare bones, and start sanding. Once I've finished sanding them both, put it back together, put it in a bag. All this goes in my suitcase. Spare tires, batteries, all the other spare shit, and might bring a pump as well. So spare shoes, spare everything. So that will reduce the weight of the actual bike. And yeah, just prepare, do some hill climbs. Next couple of weeks, so the next week I'm working, the week after that I've taken off just to deload, de-stress. And in these next 2 weeks I'm going to do hill climbs. That's all I do, because hill climbs are the best. They are high intensity effort and you're just grinding it out up a hill, which is sort of simulative to battle mountain conditions. You know, low RPM, grinding it out, and then trying to increase your RPM as you start to like reach the top of a hill. So yeah, I'm going to go up Mangrove Road tomorrow, and then through Carryong, down Carryong, and then to work like I used to back when I was 25. And then try and beat my dog trap effort. So go all the way from the bottom of dog trap back up to the top where it tees off at Mangrove Road, and see if I can beat that time, because If I know I can do that, I know I'm in good shape, because last time I broke a world record, I just beat that time. So hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for more, because as always, I will be filming every single day and uploading every single day while I'm in Battle Mountain, and I will maybe do 1 or 2 episodes in between to tell you how my progress with field climbs is going. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.